Okay, before I start my speech today, I just want to introduce you to this video. For those of you that don't know who Adam Lambert is, as I understand it, he is a very popular singer right now.
Okay, wait, sorry. Can you get off your phone? You're yelling into it. Okay, sorry, we're gonna start over. Sorry, guys. Really? Domino's, we deliver. You're not watching TV, honey. It's a live show.
So today, my topic is about cell phone courtesy. According to Tatiana Morales from CBS News, 91% of Americans own cell phones, and there are over 285 million cell phones in the United States. She also says that 8 out of 10 people say that cell phones make their lives better, but 6 out of 10 people also find cell phones in public places a major annoyance. And there's also an official National Cell Phone Courtesy Month, and it is in July. Who knew? I didn't. But I was really excited to hear about that. So today I'm going to share you a few courtesy tips and why it is so important to be courteous with your cell phone in public. In 2002, Jacqueline Whitmore decided that cell phone courtesy was so irritating in public that she created the National Cell Phone Courtesy Month in July. She has 10 tips to start you out, and I'd love to cover all of these, but I can't today, so I'm going to cover my top favorites. One of them is keep it private. Many people, when they're on their cell phones, don't really realize the conversation that they're having with the person on the other line is also being told to the 20 people around you. Nobody really wants to hear about your foot fungus that's going on at the moment, and no one really wants to hear about the drama between you and your significant other the night before. Please keep your cell phone calls private and remember that the people around you. Second one that I like is avoid cell yell. Many of us I don't think quite realize that technology has improved. We don't need to keep doing the, can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Many people don't realize that when they are interrupted in their cell phone call, they tend to get louder and more irritating to the people around them. Third one I like is be all there. When you're in a meeting or when you're with somebody, be with them. I'm sure all of us have experienced at one point or another when we are talking with somebody face to face, and all of a sudden, with no warning, they whip out their cell phone and they start texting. Or they start texting someone because their phone started vibrating. That's very rude to the person you're talking to or to the person that's presenting a meeting or a speech. Finally, the one I like is excuse yourself. When you are expecting a call and you need to take the call, inform the people you're with prior to receiving the call so that when your phone does ring and you say, excuse me, they're expecting it and they realize this, and it makes people so much more understanding of you needing to take that call at that probably inappropriate time or inexcusable time. Sorry, I'm not so good with my words. So here I'm giving you a few etiquette tips, and you can also find them on the handout I gave you from Jacqueline Whitmore's website. But now I'm going to tell you why you should follow them, because, who knows, some people may not find it rude. One reason we should follow these is because cell phones are causing social problems within our society. For one example, answering in restaurants. I personally have experienced this when somebody else at another table is answering their phone and they are talking on their phone quite loudly is one of the tips. And it's not only rude to the people that you were eating with, but it's also rude to the surrounding customers and also rude to the waiters or the waitresses. Many people have probably spent a good amount of money, and some may have worked to save up that money for this outing, and being on your cell phone while you're out at the restaurant is an inappropriate atmosphere. And some restaurants do have rules against it. I just walked to a Subway a few days ago and had a nice little sign next to this where you start ordering your sandwich, and it said, if you are on your cell phone, we will put you to the back of the line. Because it's also rude to the people that are working that are trying to take your order when you are on the phone. Second, it's also disturbing to concerts such as Adam Lambert I just showed you. Also had a friend who went to Cirque du Soleil in Las Vegas, and a couple rows away from them, somebody's cell phone went off during a dangerous acrobatic stunt. And within a few seconds, the security guard found that person that had their cell phone go off, and they escorted them out of the premises because their cell phone going off in that particular situation was incredibly dangerous to the performers who were at the moment doing a very high wire act with no safety underneath. Finally, another reason why why we should have our cell phone courtesies is because it's also causing communication skills between us. Texts were originally meant for short messages. However, some of us tend to maybe start it out as a short message and we make it into a long conversation, or we initially start it as a long conversation and we're losing our verbal communication skills by doing this. And once again, it is rude to those around that constantly hear the clicking of your texting. It is also, but why should we wait for July for the National Courtesy Month? I think that we should start now. Don't let your social skills go down the drain by texting when you shouldn't. Respect those around you with a few tips that you can find on the handout. And also, I personally think the world will be a better place and a less irritating place if we all stick to these cell phone courtesy tips. Any questions?